Hello and welcome back to Grace.Filled Reads. I'm here with another video. It's a tag video and I am so excited to share with you guys what I have picked. So the tag I'm participating in today is the cake tag and I'm excited to dive in. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing. It means so much to me. If you are returning, I appreciate you coming back to show me love. I hope that this video is encouraging to you and I hope that maybe you hear about some reads that you haven't heard about before. So the first prompt for this cake tag is chocolate cake, and you are supposed to pick a dark book that you love. I don't read dark books, and if I had to think about the darkest book that I own, it's probably this Midnight Sun that is from the Twilight Saga. And I really enjoyed this book. I enjoyed the whole series. So I read Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, Breaking Dawn, Midnight Sun, and I have just thoroughly enjoyed them all. So this is my dark read. Okay, so the next prompt is vanilla cake, and that is a light read. And so I chose An Unlikely Proposal by Toni Shalhoub. I did a review of this. I think this was in my July reading wrap up, but I really love this book. It's such a short read. It's really fun. It is about 200 pages, and Trinity has been friends with Omar for a while. He's now widowed. He suggests they get married. What? And it's such a beautiful pair. It's such a beautiful match. And these gorgeous twins are just absolutely beautiful. The third prompt was Red Velvet. And so that was a book that had mixed emotions. And so I chose the Grace series. Oh my goodness. I chose the Freedom Lake series. And this is by Toni Shalhoub. And I picked this because I experienced so much in these books. Oh my goodness, but it was amazing. I saw transformation, redemption. Each book was full of prayer. Each book was full of faith. There was Bible study. There was forgiveness. There were some hard topics, some ones that are hard to discuss and dissect. There were some traumas in here, but they were just such amazing books, and the people overcame. In this first book, we have Joellen and Evan, and Evan was mean to her in school, and he moved away, had a fiance, really nice everything. A car accident showed him just how much the fiance really felt about him. And so when he returns home, this lady right here, she took over her daddy's contracting business, and she was able to help him rebuild his home. So that was really amazing. And the next one is Michelle and Guy. Guy has lost his wife. He's stuck with these twins. I got a thing for twins. He's stuck with, or not stuck with, but he's with his twins. And they actually had a relationship when they were younger. And he just left and walked away. And she's just kind of been doing her thing on the success thing, but I think emotionally she's just been really loving him and waiting for him. And it really works out because they end up getting together in the end, and she's this great attorney, and she has her own firm, excuse me, but she gets this case that's like, ooh, it just triggers everything for her. All right, next up we have Chloe and Daryl, and Chloe is so sweet, so amazing, and she just wants family. You know, she's had not a hard life, but she's had some things happening, and he's such a great guy. He's this doctor, but the problem is he's having a hard time accepting Christ's forgiveness because he's done something in his past that was bad. And so we just see so many emotions through this whole series. It's absolutely phenomenal. Next up is Cheesecake, recommend to everyone, and this is The Pearl in the Sand. And the reason why I like this book is because it talks about rejection, unworthiness, pain, betrayal, and will her dreams of love and things ever come true, a wrecked past, a man of success, faith. It's amazing. It's such a beautiful story, and I love this. It was just, oh, I think I read it in maybe 1 or 2 sittings. Now, let's talk about the coffee cake. This is something I've started, but I didn't finish. Oh my goodness, y'all. The body keeps the score. Now, I know, before y'all judge me now, don't judge me. No, we shouldn't judge people. How are you going to school for psychology, but you didn't finish the book that's on psychology, talking about the brain, the mind, the body, and the healing of trauma? By one of the best authors and doctors around. I don't have the answer. But this falls under the category of psychology, psychiatry, and medicine. And so this is just talking about how trauma reshapes the body and brain. And I think that I may be ready to start again, but I definitely have not finished this book yet, nor have I finished Boundaries. And I've had both of these books enough time that I could have read it. There's no excuse. I got the other 35 books for my birthday, and I've already read over 10 of them. These 2 books I've had, no. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I would love to have you as part of my family. So the next book that we are talking about says Carrot Cake. It's great writing. And I was actually not prepared. That one I wanted to pull out my Kindle for, because I read that on my Kindle, and that is Francine Rivers, The Masterpiece. Oh, that was a great story. The writing was just amazing. I loved everything about that. Oh man. That was an artist who started off in a foster home, who had a rough start, who's just had lots and lots of troubles. I think on his last go around, he got sent to one particular foster home that was just the perfect match, that was heaven sent. And he kind of got to have his own private teacher. And his teacher was like, whatever you want to learn about, I'm here for it. And so I think the teacher maybe saw him doodling or something, and he began to study art. Who knew he would become like a world-class, highly sought after artist? So that's kind of how the story started. So you already know it just keeps getting better and better. And the other main character in the story is this sweet mama who has just kind of had some challenges in life as well. But we just see her moving through those challenges. There is such an irony to this story. I cannot even, wow. Let's just keep going. No, let's get into it. Let's talk about it really quick. So she was married. She put her husband through college. He cheated on her. He left her the moment she graduated, took everything, and he went and started his life. She went out with her friend to the party. The first time, she winds up pregnant. And she is toying with what she's going to do next. And to bring this thing full circle, guess who the person that she was with? The famous artist. Okay, so good. Like, I just can't even with that book. Okay. Yes. So next up is Trisami. Is that how you say it? Trisami? I never eat it. And it said, a book that left you wanting more. Their second chance at love. A love-inspired book. This was so good. So Hope left the town of Braxton and the man she abandoned. Her father falls ill. She returns home. I think this seems to be a theme through my books. But she returns home. He's still there. Being around him feels like old times because he works for the father. And the sparks are still there. And not only that, but she has a secret. And that's why she left in the beginning. And what I have found in these books is the characters always have secrets, and the secrets are not as big as they think. And if they would just say what the secrets are, the people that they're with are so willing to be there for them. But this was such a great book. Another book that's like 200 pages. Loved it. Great read. Absolutely. I wanted more. I would love to see maybe part 2, something like that. So for number 8, I actually don't have anything. It says it's a series with 4+ books. I don't own any series with 4+ books. The most I have are the 3 that I already shared with you by Tony Shallow. And then I do have another 3, The Cloak of Light, which is by Chuck Black. And then I also have Flight Cry and Mark of the Raven. But again, those are only 3 books. So I don't have any 4 books. So could you guys do me a favor? Could you guys recommend some great Christian books that are 4 in a series? It can be kind of anything as long as it's clean. Just 4 in a series. Let me know down below so that I can. This is the second time. The first time I had a challenge, and then this time a tag, that I was not able to participate in that part because I don't have more than 4 books to a series. So last is the Fruitcake. And this Fruitcake was like not what I was expecting. Y'all. A dream within a dream. Listen. 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 You listening? This dream within a dream was so good. Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not done. But it had to go on here because I'm about halfway. I'm finishing up. This is my buddy read for the month. So me and my buddy are finishing this up. I'm not done yet, but let me just tell you, already I know this is the Fruitcake. This was not what I was expecting. This book is good. It has made me be like, oh, Scooby-Doo. Such a good book. Like, I mean, this thing's, when the man was sitting beside her and was like, Trudy, and he didn't even know her, I was like, oh, this is about to be good. But let's talk about what it is. So Trudy Coffee is the main character, and she hasn't seen Samuel, which is her ex-husband. The FBI is showing up after him. There's some more people showing up after him. But there is this guy named Dream, and everybody is just focused on protecting him. He has something they want, and it's the map to the location of artwork stolen from a museum during the 1990s heist. So Trudy and Samuel have danger everywhere, and they're just trying to ultimately keep them safe, but who can they trust and who's going to make it out alive? And so Dream is this guy who I'm still trying to figure out about him. I have my ideas of what's going on with him. And I think that they really have used him. They have used his body as the map. So the book, like the back doesn't tell him, just spoiling just a little bit. So Dream has something they want the map, but he is the map, like the map's on him. So he learned how to recite and memorize, I think, poetry when he was just stressed or overwhelmed. I think it was like a coping technique that he learned in the hospital or facility that he was at. Again, that's what I'm saying. I'm still trying to figure out a little bitty parts of what's kind of going on here. But again, I can make inferences. But the tattoo, or not the tattoo, the map is on his body. And the reason why I brought up Dream, because there is a poem, Dream Within a Dream, or Dream. And this poem is on his body, the visible, right? But how you know sometimes you gotta look a little deeper and there's something hidden. And so if you use a special light, there are some maps and there's some clocks and other things that are in there. So it's like hidden. So anyway, this is my cake tag. So hopefully I did this right, but this is my way. And I'm just really happy that you guys took the time to watch this video. I appreciate it. If you're not following me over on Instagram, I am there at Grace.Filled Reads. Make sure you follow me because I do post all the books that I read over there. I typically don't post anything that I haven't read yet. So that's kind of like my journal of how I keep track of my books and things. But who knows? I may switch it up and post over there some of the different things. Anyway, just follow me over there. And make sure you comment that 4 series or more books so that I can participate from now on out. Even better if I can get it like thrifted, used, pay and go, thrift store, Goodwill. Anyway, read another book, and until the next video, blessings.